Hey, I'm Aviral Shukla. I'm a data scientist and AI engineer who's been working with intelligent agents and LLM-powered apps for years. On this channel, I break down advanced AI systems and show you how to actually build them. No fluff, just real engineering. If that's your thing, hit subscribe. Let's dive in. 2025 has definitely been the year of AI agents, but even more than that, it's been the year of agent protocols like Anthropic's MCP, making it so easy to connect tools to our agents, or Google's A2A, making it very seamless to connect agents to other agents. But as powerful as these protocols are, there's still a very big missing piece, because if we want our users to be able to interact with our agents, we need a front end, some way to turn our agent into a full application. But until now, there hasn't been a standard to very easily connect our agents to any front end like we can do with tools and other agents. That has all changed now with the introduction of AGUI. This is a protocol for connecting your agents to your front end, to your users in a very standard way. And just like MCP and A2A, I think this is really going to shape up to be an absolute game changer. So right now, I'll introduce you to AGUI and show you how to use it. It is definitely worth investing your time learning this protocol right now, because it really is the missing piece to take your agents to that next level, turning them into full applications. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So here is the official announcement for AGUI that was developed by the CopilotKit team, which, if you didn't know, CopilotKit is an open source front-end library for building agentic applications. So it very much makes sense that they would be the team to build out this kind of standard to connect our front ends to agents. And this graphic shows really nicely what it looks like. We have AGUI, which is a middleman, just like MCP, in between our application built with something like React, and then our AI agents built with something like LangGraph or Crew AI or Pydantic AI. And so it's a protocol just to make this connection very seamless, just like we have with MCP and A2A. And this is so powerful because it's our way to connect our agents to users. And that is crucial because most agents in general, and I like this, they actually talk about autonomous versus conversational agents. And so something like CopilotKit and AGUI is not going to be useful if we just have an agent running entirely autonomously, just doing things behind the scenes. But most agents, you want to have some way for users to work alongside them, especially for things like human in the loop, just making sure that we are still a part of the process, whatever our agent is doing. And so we almost always want a front end to work with our agents. But until we had AGUI, that wasn't very easy. There are a lot of challenges that come with building a front end connecting to our agent without some kind of standard. For example, it's definitely an expectation at this point that your AI agent will produce the output in real time. It'll actually look like the agent is typing out the answer to you, just like you've seen in things like Claude or GPT, but that isn't very trivial to set up. You need a way to have your API endpoint that's running your agent stream out those tokens in real time to your front end. And you have to handle that in your front end as well. And then another good example is tool orchestration, working with different tools that your agent will use in the UI. Oftentimes it needs to show progress and the results of using these tools. There's a lot of components that go into even a single execution of an agent that you want to display out to your front end. A lot of other things here as well. I think the other thing that's really worth hitting on is what they call the framework sprawl. I think that's a really good way to put it. There's so many different ways we can build our agents in the back end with LangChain or Crew AI or MAU. There's so many different examples, but they all work in slightly different ways. We have to connect our UI into agents built with these frameworks in slightly different ways. We have to reinvent adapters, like they said, handle different edge cases that just come up from using these different frameworks. But when we have something like AGUI, where we can have just one set standard, now that's a middleman between the front ends in these different frameworks. Now we have to worry about that a lot less in our front ends. Everything is just much simpler when we develop it. And the best part is AGUI is completely open source, and it's a standard where we're not relying on a specific framework. So just like with MCP, Anthropic built the model context protocol, but it's not like we have to use cloud for our LLM. Same thing with AGUI, it was built by CopilotKit, but we can build any front end with any framework and connect that to any agent. And here's how it works. We have our user that interacts with our application built with something like React, and then we have that middleman that I was talking about. This is AGUI that will then connect us to our AI agents. And every time we have some kind of operation that our agent performs, like it streams out some text or it makes a tool call, we have these standard events that we emit out through AGUI back to our front end. And so our front end has this very standard way to display everything that the agent is doing. And that's what solves a lot of these problems that we have with real-time streaming and tool orchestration and frameworks, Paul. We just now have to rely on these events coming into our front end, displaying those out however we want, using something like CopilotKit, if we want to make that easier for the actual front end development. So that's how AGUI works as a whole, but now I want to get really practical with you, actually build out a full example so you can see this in action. I'm going to go through the quick start with you and show you at a very fundamental level how AGUI works. And then I'll even show you how to build agents in the back end with AGUI, how we can use any framework we want as well. And this connect to AGUI page is going to be the main one that I'll walk you through to get our demo up so you can see at a very foundational level how this protocol works. And so you can follow along with this as well. If you want to play around with the demo yourself, dive into it and just see how you can build out with AGUI. So there are some prerequisites that you need with Node.js and NPM. And then also we'll be using OpenAI for our LLM. And then you can go through these instructions here to clone this repo that has the example. We can install everything and run it. And then they walk through the core code components as well. So this is the demo that I have spun up right now. And you can do the same thing in just like a minute, like it's super fast. And we can work with a couple of the examples that they have here for us to see AGUI in action. And this is all integrated with CopilotKit. But again, we don't have to use CopilotKit with AGUI. It just makes things very simple for us for this. So in the next video, I'm going to dive into how we can use AGUI and create small demos to better understand the working of it. Make sure you're subscribed for that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.